I'm going to share my screen with you, Vaibhav sir.
Okay, ma'am.
Can you see my screen, Vaibhav sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. You was there with me last session when we built
Oh,
the dashboards. No, you missed the
no.
session.
Yes, yes. Actually, I was
Okay,
in the meeting.
okay, perfect. So today we will start with the date functions, Vaibhav sir, and then we'll go and see Countif, average if, and subtotals, and how to record the basic macros.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we'll start with the basic date function where you have two dates with you and you're looking out for the years, months, or the days between two dates. Okay.
Okay.
So let's say in my data, which you can see in the date function of your sheet, you also have the sheet with you, correct? So
Oh,
the
yes.
sheet is date function. Just go through the data.
Okay,
Yeah. In the data, if you see the third, the D column is joining date
okay.
and the E column is the current date.
Mm-hmm.
And you're figuring out that how many experience that particular employee has till date.
Okay, okay.
That
Yeah.
means you're looking out for the difference in years between the current date and the joining date.
Okay, ma'am.
If you come here, simply you will subtract two dates, what you're going to get. That means if I'll select my
Current date.
date minus my joining date, okay, I'll say enter. So what he is giving me, he is giving me 6,925, which includes months, days, and years, correct?
Okay, yeah. Okay.
That means he is giving me the calculate of all the dates. But I
Mm-hmm.
was interested in years,
Okay.
which is approximately from 2020. He started working from 2005 and today is 2024. So what should be in years his experiences? So the function is year.
Okay.
What year function does, year function accepts date as an argument and returns the year from that particular date.
Oh, okay.
Now from this year, which year I want to subtract is again the year from the date this.
Okay. So year minus year. Current
Year
and old.
minus, that would be 19.
Okay. Okay.
That means that particular person has 19 years of experience. If I come here and I copy the formula down, I get the experience in years for all the employees.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Now I'm interested in the bonus 15%, correct? What I'll do, I'll say is equal to,
Mm-hmm.
I have the salary with me.
Yes.
I have to multiply it with 15%.
15%.
But every salary has to be multiplied by 15%. So that means I
Yes.
have to fix this particular 15%. That means absolute reference.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Press enter.
Okay.
Then I'm interested in year, which is my salary after bonus. So I will add this salary and I will add it with the salary after bonus. And this is going to be my date.
Okay. Yes. Got it, ma'am.
Got it?
Yeah.
You try it? You'll try?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I am just going to try.
Okay.
Give me 5 minutes. Done, man. Hello.
Oh, perfect, perfect. Let's go ahead with the date function one, which is the next sheet.
Okay.
Okay. Now here also the thing is same that I am looking out for the experience. But this, if you can see the experience, the last text, which is the G column, how you see the experience. This is 42 years, 9 months, 17 days. Now,
Oh,
suppose I'm looking out for something like this, where I'm extracting the years also from two dates, months also, the days also, and at the end, I'm just joining them.
okay.
How would you go through it? There's a function called dated if.
Okay.
Okay. Now, for that, first of all, you have to get today's date. So, what is the function to extract the today's date? The function itself is today.
Okay.
What a today function will do, it will give you current date based on the date on your system. Now, if you see on my system, the date format is the day, then the month, then the year.
Mhm.
On your system, if it is month, day, and year, then you will get this date as the same format which has been set on your system. So coming
Okay.
here, I will just change the type to short date. So
Okay.
date, correct?
Yes.
Now, the next thing is you're looking out for years past. One is you can go to the formula which we have just applied on the previous sheet. And other formula is called dated if,
Okay.
correct? Now, the argument of dated if is the first argument. He will not show you the argument. So the first argument of dated if is the date, the higher date. The
Mm-hmm.
second argument is going to be the date present. That means
Okay.
today's date. Comma. Next argument is what you are looking out from these two. That means dated if is always going to subtract two dates.
Okay.
If I'll just write the arguments first. So dated if, okay, so it is first date. The second argument is second date.
Okay.
And the third is what to extract. Okay. Now coming here, I'm again writing dated if. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now the first argument is going to be my
Okay.
correct.
All right. Yeah.
Second will be the today's date,
Second.
comma. What I'm looking out for is years.
Year. Okay.
That means subtract these two dates and give me the years.
Okay. So Y stand for years.
Correct. Y stands for years. Now there is a different technique to find out the month. If I come here and again write dated if,
Uh-huh.
I'll write the first date, which is the higher date. I'll say my today's
My
date. But this time, if I'll add a month,
month.
you are going to get
Okay. Okay.
that
Okay.
he is considering the month of every year, which is coming to be 12, correct?
Yes.
There are 35 years, we'll multiply it with 12.
Yes. Exactly.
But now we are looking out for if it is October and we are in January, he should give me 4 months, correct? October, November, December, January.
Yes.
That means we are looking out for months but neglecting the years.
Uh-huh.
Argument you will pass in the codes would be by, and that means neglecting the years, you're looking out for months.
Okay.
Because it is January, October, November, December, correct?
Yeah.
Now coming out for with the days. If you come here and you will write again dated if,
Okay.
okay? Now again the date is going to be what is your higher date? What is your today's date?
Today's date.
Now you are looking out for days, correct?
Okay.
That means he's going to give all the days,
Yes.
which is 1 month, 30 days. If are 35 months, that means he's going to multiply with the 30, 365, sorry.
For 1 year. Yeah.
Correct. So there are 35 here, so that means he's going to multiply, correct?
Yes.
I
Yes.
am interested in the days, exact days, which is 26 to 18 only. So I
Okay.
exclude the months.
Okay.
Excluding months, we are looking out for the dates. That means the 23 days. Now, the only thing is you have to concatenate.
Okay. So argument it should be excluding from the
Correct.
means suppose
Yeah.
month so year and date so month. like
Correct,
this.
correct.
Okay.
So the
Okay.
parent you have to. So date
Uh-huh.
in the hierarchy, year, month, date. For date, you will exclude months, and for months, you'll exclude years.
Okay. Okay.
Correct? So your hierarchy is year, then month, then days.
Day. Yeah.
Correct?
So
And
yeah.
when
So year
you
will be stand for the year. So month will be the excluding the years, right? You
yeah,
mean to
so
say.
YN
Yeah.
for months and
Yeah.
MD for
MD for days.
correct.
Okay.
Got it? Okay. Next is con. Now you want to join them. Okay,
Okay.
there are multiple functions to join. One is a simple way where you are writing first the years, correct?
Yes.
And then
Okay.
and a ampersand, which is shift and 7.
Yes. Yes. And
Okay.
the symbol
And
of and.
yeah, symbol of and, which is year you want to write.
Okay. Okay.
And then you want to select the month
Okay. Then
and
again month.
write months.
Okay.
Then you will say days,
Days.
and then and you will write days have passed.
Okay.
Now, if you want to put a space where you will add a space, either you can add it here or you can add it before.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Okay. One is this, one is the direct function, which is concat.
Okay.
If you read concat does, it concatenates a list of range of text strings. That means it is a way to combine multiple strings, correct?
Yes.
Now, where is the first text? It is years.
Mhm.
The second test is you want to print years.
Okay.
The second is the month, and you want to add months,
Okay.
correct?
Yes.
And then the third is this, and then you will say days have passed.
Okay. The same
Same,
formula.
same
Okay.
formula. So concat also does and. So instead of
And yeah,
writing
it's a
and, you're using a comma because it's
form.
formula.
Okay. Okay.
I'm giving you 5 minutes. You can try it. Then we'll move ahead.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Right. Hello.
Yes, sir. I'm there.
Ma'am, actually, I'm not able to see formula dated if in my Excel.
Yeah. No, you can't see. You're not working on 365.
Yes, I think so.
You have to go to file. You have to go to about. Can you see it's Office 365? It is 2021 and Microsoft 365. Just check your version.
Yes.
Can you share your
It's
screen?
Office version 2021.
Yeah, it is. Then you can use it. See, only you will write dated if. You'll put a
Okay.
bracket.
Yeah, I tried, but it was not showing. Let me try again.
Yeah, try it. Dated if. Actually, it is not a formula, so it is not showing any arguments.
Okay, okay.
If you'll
Directly.
click, Yeah. So if you can you see a hand icon when I click on it? When you click it, you will get a help on the right side.
Okay, okay.
So why? Because it is a very old formula. That's why. So this is your start date. This is your end date. And this is your unit.
Yes,
You get it?
I'm trying.
Okay. Try. It's okay.
Ma'am, can you please tell me? Actually, I thought I'm putting wrong formula.
Okay. No, come here. You will write dated if, correct?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, bracket. Now the first date is your hire date,
yes.
comma. Second is your today's date,
Okay,
then comma. In the double quotes,
okay.
you will write Y and you will close.
Yes, I forgot the comma. Sorry.
The
Let me.
quotes. You're forgetting the quotes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. And you'll press enter.
Yes, I got.
Correct? Similarly, you will get the months passed, you will get the days passed, and then and at last you will join.
Yes. Yes, ma'am, done.
Done? Okay. Okay. Let's first see the conditional formatting with dates. Now we are working with dates. Let's see how you will conditional format when dates are involved. Though you know the conditional formatting, let's see how it is different when you're dealing with the dates. I'll go to some data where we have the dates. I'll go to sample superstore. Okay. Do we have dates? Yeah, we have order dates, correct?
Mhm.
Now, if I say I want to see all the orders which are before 1st January 2015 or which are below 1 January 2016, correct?
Okay.
That means I'm interested in in the products orders before, which is date, okay, which is 2016, okay, month is first and the day is one, okay. Now I'm interested in orders which have been ordered before 1st January 2016 in our data, correct?
Yes.
Now, what is the rule number one when you are doing a conditional formatting that you never select headers,
Okay.
correct? When we are doing a conditional formatting, we never select headers. What is the first simple way? Conditional formatting can be on one column and it can be on entire data, correct?
Yes.
Now, if it is on one column, it is simple. Why? Because you have certain rules. If you come here, you have highlight cell rules, a date. That's easy. Now, but suppose you want to highlight a complete row.
Okay.
Now, I'm interested in if this is that particular row, that means this transaction is the particular
Yeah.
transaction that has been ordered before 1st January. I want to highlight this complete row, right?
Yes.
How will you do it? You will first select the data,
Okay.
correct? You
Yes.
will go to conditional formatting. You will go to new rule. Where you will go? You will go to new
Neuro.
and you will come down to use a formula.
Okay.
Now here you are using a formula that if this particular value, which is the order date,
Okay.
if it is less than this particular date, which a person is looking out for.
Okay.
Now, according to your formula, Weber, sir, what is he checking? He is checking E5, correct?
Yes.
E5 is 8/11,
Yes.
2017.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, can you see it is an absolute referencing?
Yes.
That means in the entire data set, he'll keep on checking the same date.
Same date. Yeah.
Now, I want him to check each and every date, right? So
Okay.
I will remove this dollar sign that go and check each and every date in that particular column E
Okay.
and
Okay.
check it with which date H1, which is going to be fixed, correct?
Yes.
And I'll go to format. I'll tell him the color. I'll say fill it with green color.
Okay.
I'll say okay. I'll say okay.
Uh-huh.
Can you see?
Yes. That's great.
Now this is how you conditional format. That means you format or you filter the data based on the date. Another time I'll come here and change the date. My formatting should also change, correct?
Yes.
If I come here and I make it 2017, I'll press enter. Can you see?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So it is
So,
dynamic. That means it is external filter is coming, acting on the data. That means the time I'm changing the dates, my filtering is also going to change.
okay. Okay. Yes, I got it.
You got it? You'll try it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Two thousand 15, January 1st. I'll say enter. Okay. You try it now.
Hello.
Yes, sir, doctor.
Yeah, ma'am. Do I need to put and or comma between two cell range?
Where you have to put the
And
and no. Want me to do it with you? Okay.
yes,
First of
yes,
all,
please.
you will select the data without headers.
Yes, yes. I was just asking means that reference cell we are taking right from data, like
Yeah,
E5.
you will take it from data only.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? This is how you select it. You go to conditional formatting, new rule.
Yes.
You will use a formula and right with a formula, what you will say that this particular should be less than this particular date, correct?
Yes.
And you will only remove this dollar sign from 5.
Yes. I got.
And then you will format with the color and you will press OK and you will say OK.
Okay. Yes, I'm done.
Done? Okay. Now I'm going on with average if, count if, and all that things. So I'll come here and I will clear all rules from entire sheet. Okay. Now we are looking out for something as a count if and sum if.
Okay.
We are looking out for count if, sum if, and average if. Okay. Now what is the average if, count if, and sum?
Okay.
Now, suppose I want to say that this data is a complete data, but I am only interested in some values from this data, that I'm looking out for some kind of analysis from this data, right?
Yes.
I want to see that how many products, if suppose I say I want the count of products from a certain region. If I go on and see the data, let's first have a look at the data. We have order IDs, we have order date, we have ship date, we have ship mode, correct?
Yes.
Now, I want to say that I want to see that how many products have been ordered with the ship mode standard class.
Okay.
Okay, I'm looking out for that how many products or how many orders have been ordered using ship mode standard class.
Okay.
Okay, now next question is what is the total sales
Mm-hmm.
done by the orders who have been used a mode called standard class?
Okay.
Now, I want to see how many orders are coming from segment consumer.
Mm-hmm.
How many are coming from Los Angeles? How many are coming from California?
Yes.
How many orders are there from region South?
Okay.
Okay, now what to answer these questions, we will use a simple formula called Countif, summative, average if. Let's start with a simple formula of count if, where I am looking out for the orders using the ship mode standard class. Okay,
Okay.
now let's say write the question first. I'll say the question is how many orders are using ship mode standard class. Okay,
Yes.
I'll clear this part. I'll highlight it and I will make it full. This is what we are looking out for. Correct? Now let's go and see the data. How will we achieve it? Our ship mode is a standard class. Correct? Now coming here, I will say count if.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say is equal to count if. Count if. Okay. Now read the first argument, Vaibhav sir. It is the range, correct?
Yes.
Range means where you are going and checking that particular mode. That means, can I say if I'm looking at the standard class, I have to go to a column which is shift mode,
Okay.
correct? That is in this case, in this question, my range is going to be my shift mode, correct?
Yes.
I'll come here, I'll say control shift down, and I'll say control backspace.
Okay.
And what is my criteria? What I'm searching? I'll write standard class. I'll close the bracket. I'll say enter. So total orders for standard class are going to be
Yes.
correct.
Yes.
Now, suppose I ask you a simple question and you have to give me the figure you will get. Now, I am not interested in standard class, but I am interested for segment consumer.
Okay.
I'm interested for segment consumer.
Mhm.
So I'm looking out for total orders for consumers. You have to give me the figure, then I'll cross verify whether your answer is correct or wrong.
Okay. Hello. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, what is the answer?
Total order for consumer, right?
Yeah, total order for consumers. The segment is consumer, correct.
Okay. Okay. The segment of 5191, ma'am.
What you're getting?
5191.
5191. Let's check.
Okay.
So you'll write is equal to Countif.
Yeah.
Your range is this time going to be your segment.
Segment.
So you'll come control shift down, control backspace, comma, what you will write?
Consume.
Close. Got it? Perfect. Now, is it the only thing which we can do with Countif? That means now, suppose I change my question. Now, this
Okay.
time my question is, I'm looking out for segment consumer. My segment should be consumer, but sales should be greater than 1,000.
Okay.
I'm only interested in the orders which are still from the segment consumer, but the sales should also be greater than 1,000.
Okay.
Okay. I'll make one segment ka column. Okay, one for the sales. Okay.
Okay.
Here, what I'm doing is I am using that segment should be consumer. Let's say, okay, and the sales is greater than 1,000.
1,000.
Okay, I'll make it bold and colored. Okay. Now here I will use my formula. Now this time, how many conditions are there with us? There are two
Two
conditions.
conditions. Yeah.
One is that consumer, another is
Yes.
sales should be greater.
Sales should be greater. Yeah.
Now I'll use count ifs.
Okay.
Okay, bracket. Now, criteria range 1. That means what is your first check? My first check is that the segment should be consumer, correct? That means to check
Yes.
this particular range, I will go to the segment, correct? I'll
Yes.
shift down, control backspace, and the criteria for this particular range is going to be consumer. Or I can select it like this also. So I will select this particular column.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes.
Comma. Now, what is the second criteria? It is going to be
Greater
the
than.
sales, correct?
Yeah.
So I will go and select my sales column. Control shift down, control backspace, and I'll comma. Now this time my criteria is going to be greater than 1000.
Okay.
I'll close the bracket, I'll press enter.
Okay. Yeah.
Correct? Now if I come here and change from consumer, what other segments I have? What I'll do is I'll put control shift L. I will check how many segments I have. I have corporate also.
Yes.
Now, suppose later user changed the consumer to corporate. Will he give me the correct answer?
Yes.
I'll change it, corporate. I'll say enter.
Mhm.
Are you getting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Try it with uh, shift mode and the segment.
Okay.
Okay. One is you will take a shift mode and then you will take a segment.
Okay.
And total orders you will find. That means user is going to give you a shift mode. User is going to give you the segment. You have to give the total orders.
Okay.
Correct? That means
Yes.
if it is a standard class
Standard class.
and the segment is, let's say, corporate, then how many orders are there?
Okay.
Done, Vaibhav, sir?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I'm trying.
I'll say countifs, sorry.
I'm trying, but I don't know. Without the spelling mistake.
It is countifs again.
Yes.
The first is the shift mode.
Shift mode. Yeah.
So you will select these values, control shift
Yeah.
down, control backspace, comma. What is your, it is this, then comma. For the second criteria, you will go to segment. So you'll go to segment, which is here, control shift down, control backspace, comma. Your range, sorry, your criteria is going to be corporate. You'll close the bracket, you'll press enter.
Okay.
Now, if I want to add the third criteria to it, what is my third criteria? That the sales should be greater than 300. I'll come here and put a comma, correct?
Yes.
Now, this time it is sales. So I'll select my sales. I'll come down. I'll say control shift down, control backspace. And the criteria to check in this range is going to be greater than 1500. I'll press enter. How many rows are there? 43.
Yes.
That means only 43 orders which are from standard class in the segment corporate and have made sales more than 1500 are 43.
Okay. Yes.
Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now moving ahead with sumif. Now, did you see that they are doing the same purpose? They are solving the same purpose of filter. What a filter does? Filters out the data based on some conditions, correct?
Yes.
And your Countif also doing the same thing, but in one particular cell. That means all the calculation is summing up to only one cell. That means only one number, which is 43, instead of giving a complete data.
Okay.
Okay, that means it serves the same function as filter. Rather than viewing the filter, you are getting your final result.
Okay.
Okay, now coming to sumif. Sumif is same as your countif, but instead of counting, he is going to give you the sum of the selected values.
Mm-hmm.
Now, earlier what we say, how many orders I get in segment, how many orders I get with the segment corporate and sales more than 1000. Just suppose I'm interested in sales, that what sales comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now suppose I'm interested in sales from segment corporate. Okay, I have three segments. I am interested in sales from segment corporate. I'm interested in from segment, what other segment we have? From consumer also. So I want to compare that which segment turns out to be better for my organization.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what my conclusion is, I'll find the sales from all these three segments and I'll see which segment turns out to be better for my organization, correct?
Yes.
Let's do it. Now, first of all, I'm going to do it for corporate, okay? So
Okay.
this time you're not using countif, but you are using sumif, correct?
Yes.
Now, if you read the argument, every formula, if you go with the argument, your journey is going to be easy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, read the first argument of sumif. The first argument is range,
Range.
correct?
Yes.
Now, if you read the last argument, Vaibhav sir, it's again sum range.
Some range.
How will you differentiate between these two ranges? So the first range, you team it up with the criteria. That means this range stands out for what is your criteria.
Mm-hmm.
Now you tell me what is your criteria. Your criteria is that in your data, you're only looking out for segment corporate.
Okay.
Correct?
Yes.
You are only filtering out your data based on segment corporate. That means this time your range is going to be your segment, correct?
Yes.
You'll come here, control shift down, control backspace, comma. What is your criteria? Your criteria is corporate, correct?
Yes.
Now, once you have your data of corporate, what do you want to do with that data? You want to add.
Mm-hmm.
What you want to add? You want to add sales,
So,
correct? So I'll come here where I need to go. I need to go to sales. Sorry. I'll go to this particular, I'll go to sales. I'll say control shift down, control backspace. Correct?
Yes.
Now, if I conclude that, first of all, he will select the segment. From the segment, he will only filter corporate.
Okay.
And from the filter data, he will add the sales. I'll enter.
Okay.
This is my sales made by segment corporate.
Mhm.
Similarly, we'll see the sales made by segment consumer. And what is the third category? Technology, I think. So I'll go and check my third segment, which is going to be home office, consumer, corporate, and it is home office. Then I'll go and see segment home office. Can I have also one question to you. Can I write
Yes.
something that I should write the formula once and it should work for all the segments?
Oh, yes, we can, I think, because we can add the three criteria
Yeah, you
in
can.
one formula.
Yeah, you can. So how will you do it? You will write the segment here, correct?
Yes.
I'll just write consumer.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll write corporate
Corporate.
and I'll write home office.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm. I will come here is equal to sum if. I will write sum if bracket. Okay. What is my range? Web of sir? My range is
It's
going
not
to
a
be segment.
segment range.
Control shift down, control backspace, comma.
Yes.
My
Right.
criteria is going to be this.
Yes.
And
And
my
the
it is going to be your sales.
same.
Correct? I'll press enter. Now what I'll do is, sorry. Why it is coming to be consumer spellings are wrong. Okay. I'll say enter. Correct, you're getting the answer. You're getting consumer, correct?
Yes.
Now, to scroll it down, that means to make the formula work for the rest of the segments, what you have to do, you have to just lock the ranges. Correct, sir?
Yes. Yes.
You have to lock this. You have to lock
Summary.
this. And you will say enter. You will just drag it down. Now, what you'll do, you will sort.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You
Exactly.
will, yeah, you will sort, and then you will say that this is going to be my, you will just sort it Z to A and you will say sort. So who is going to be your consumer turns out to be the best, then is the corporate, then is the home office.
Oh,
Correct?
yes, ma'am.
This is how you made your formula work for the rest.
Okay.
Got it? Okay. Now I told you that who made out the best sales. Now you will tell me who made out the best profit.
So which one is the higher one? Corporate.
Yeah. No, the profit. You are telling about the sales right now. Now I want,
Okay. Okay. Segment.
yeah. So the best segment in terms of profit. That means segment with best profit.
Corporate.
How will you say that corporate?
The number I check and see.
No, you're checking the sales.
Yeah.
I want you to check the profit now. So first of all, you will calculate the sum if where you took the sales, you will take the profit.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
You're getting my point?
Yes. Yes. I got it.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yes, Vaibhav sir, any doubt?
No, ma'am.
You want me to try with you?
Yes, yes, please.
Is
Actually,
equal to sumif again.
mhm.
Okay,
The range one
it will be segment.
segment, yeah. I just selected that one.
So it is segment, control shift
Control shift.
down, control backspace, comma. Your criteria is going to be this,
Yes,
comma. Then the last will be your
profit.
oh, sorry, profit, correct. Control shift down, control backspace. You will close the bracket, press enter.
I tried same, but did not get the answer.
No,
I don't know. Let me try once again.
it's some if, sorry. Okay, enter. Yeah, you get the value. And then you have to just select it. You will say function F4, you will lock it. And then you will say function F4, which is lock it, enter, and you will drag it down.
Okay.
Okay, after that, you will sort. You will sort it V to A, and you will say sort. Correct? Control X, Control V. Now, who is consumer turns out to be best, then corporate, then home office.
Okay. Okay. Now I just got it.
This is going to be. Any doubt from this?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. The last is the averager. Some ifs is also there. Some ifs, that means if you have two criteria, but the sum range would be unique.
Okay.
Correct? That means you're looking out for consumer, but who has made sales more than 1,000 or 1,500, then you want to add. That means again, you are going for two criteria, but the sum range would be unique. See, if I'll try some ifs, can you see some range is going to be unique, whereas the criteria are going to be different.
Yes.
So some range is going to be sales, let's say. What is my first criteria? That the segment or let's say category is equal to something. Let's say segment. The command shift down, command backspace, comma. What is my criteria? It is going to be consumer, let's say. Okay. What is my criteria range 2? That sales should be greater than 1,500. Okay. So what I'm saying is my second criteria is going to be my sales.
Yes.
command shift backspace, comma, it should be greater than 1500. Correct? I'll press enter. Consumer spelling is. Can you see now? That means here two criteria are active. First is the segment was consumer. And what was my second criteria? That sales was greater than 1500. Then what is my sales? So this is my sales.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
The last is the average. Average if. Again, average if is what you want to average on what criteria.
Mhm.
Now suppose I want to interest in the category. Let's say category. I have three categories. I have furniture, I have office supplies, and I have home office. Now let's say I'm interested in furniture,
Okay.
or let's all together. We'll write one formula that will work for all together. So I have furniture. I'll write furniture. I'll write home office. And I'll write furniture, home office. Let me see category. Okay, category is here. We have furniture, we have technology, we have office supplies. Furniture, office supplies, and technology. I'm interested in the average sales of all these categories. So I'll write average if. Read the argument, the range. Range
Mhm.
is for the criteria. So what is my range this time? It is going to be my category, correct?
Agree. Yeah.
So I'll come here and I'll select my category. My criteria is going to be this.
Furniture.
And what is my range? What I'm looking out for is average of sales. You can do average of profit also. So I'm doing average of sales. I'll say control shift now, control backspace, comma, enter.
Okay.
But this time to work it down also, I'll lock the ranges just by hitting F4.
Mhm.
Correct? I'll lock the ranges and I'm going to get the average for all the categories.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Correct? If I sort them by the technology has given me the best average sale, then furniture, then office supplies.
Yeah.
Got it? These are all the Countif, sumif, and your averages.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Any doubt in these three?
No, ma'am.
No. Average, sumif, and Countif.
County. Yeah.
Okay. Ifs also you're clear with some ifs, count ifs when you have multiple criteria.
Yeah. Yeah. Is the S adding in there?
Yeah, adding the multiple criteria. And with single F, you are going to add the.
Mhm. Yes.
Okay. Last is the Xlookup. And the one is subtotal is left. Now, what is a subtotal? I'll go again to sample superstores, okay? Now, what is a subtotal? You must have come across subtotals, grand totals in pivot table also.
Yeah.
Now, what do you mean by subtotal? I'll give you a simple example on the right. Suppose I say I have January, okay? I have February, I have March, okay? This is my quarter one.
Yeah.
I'll say merge and center. I'll say Q1. Okay. Similarly, I'll make it in the center. Okay. Make it the all. Okay. Then similarly, I have again another merge and center. I have quarter two.
Okay.
Correct? I have April, May, and June. Let's say. Sorry. April, May, and 2. Actually, it's 4 months. It's okay. Okay. Now, subtotal means I am adding January, February, and March will be my first subtotal.
Yeah, the total
April,
for the
May, and
particular item.
yeah, subtotal. Correct. If I say grand total, it will be subtotal plus subtotal. That means the total of all the rows is going to be my grand total. Now, suppose I want to add subtotals in my data. How would I add it? Now, did you observe one thing? If I come here and I add the subtotals as it is, what I'll do, first of all, I'll select the data. Okay.
Okay.
Now, where you get the option of adding the subtotal is you have to go to the data tab.
Okay.
You have on the right side is subtotal, correct?
Yeah.
Now, when you hit the option, he'll ask you what subtotals you want to add. That means based on which column you want to add the subtotals. I say I want to see the subtotals for each region. Now, how many regions I have? South, east, west, north, correct?
Yeah.
That means I should get 4 subtotals, one for east, one for west, one for south, one for north, correct?
Yes.
I'll come here, I'll tell him that please give me subtotals based on the region.
Okay.
Correct? And what function? It should use the sum. I am not interested in how many orders I get from a particular region, but I want to sum. Or you can use the count also.
Okay.
That's up to you. Okay.
Mhm.
Whose sum you want to do? I want to do the sum of sales.
Okay.
That means you are getting the subtotal of the sales for each region, correct?
Yes.
I'll say okay. That means basically I should get only 4 subtotals. If I'm getting more subtotals, that means there's a problem,
Okay.
correct?
So
Yeah, let it work because the data is
okay, so that formula will apply on total data, right? Whatever we have.
it will apply on the total data and it will
Okay.
give me the subtotal on the
Okay.
complete data based on the regions. It's still working. We should have applied it on the small data to see. Okay, can you see now? Now come here. Logically, what we said, we should get 4, correct? 1 for the south. But can you see for south, you're getting multiple. For west, you are getting multiple. For east, you are getting multiple, which is not correct.
Yes.
Can you see which is not correct? Why is it so?
Because we select direct region, not particular, I think.
No, he has to work that way also. I'll tell you what is happening. Now, suppose I'll give you one example here. You will get. I have east, okay? I have west. I have west. I have west. Again, I have east. I have east. I have north. I have south.
Okay.
Correct?
Yes.
Now, what I wanted him to calculate the subtotal, correct?
Yes.
We'll come to first east.
Okay.
Okay. And he will search, is there the next value is east or not? It is not east, correct? It is west. So he'll make the first subtotal here.
Okay. I got
Then
it.
he'll see west. He'll select all the west.
Okay.
So he'll make the subtotal 2 here.
So he calculates sequence wise, not means.
Correct, correct.
Okay.
So that means I have to first sort the data to get the proper subtotals.
Okay.
What I'll do, I'll first remove the subtotals which we just added. How? You go to the data tab again, you go to subtotals and you will say remove all.
Okay.
Okay, he'll remove the subtotals which we have applied just now. He will again take some time. Okay. I ask him to remove all. Okay. Can you see remove the subtotals? Now what I'll do, I'll first sort, correct? I'll select the region column and I will say sort A to Z or Z to A. That's up to you. Correct? I
Yes.
sorted. Then again, I will select the complete data. I will go to subtotals. Now I'll say at each change in region, please sum the sales and I'll say okay.
Okay.
Correct?
Yes.
Now if you come here and you see,
Yes. 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 Sir. So we have changed the sequence like
yeah,
Z
can
to
you
Z.
see? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how
Now,
fast he did that for you. Earlier, he created so many subtotals. That's why he was taking too much of time. Now, can you see there's a subtotal, which is
yes.
50,000. And
Okay. Okay.
now in the hierarchy, you can say second, you can say this is the aggregated. See,
Mm-hmm.
this is center. You
It's
can
Central Southwest. Yeah.
yeah. So this is the grand total. Second is the subtotal. Third is the complete.
Yes. Got it.
Subtotals, grand totals, and the complete. Now, one more thing is in the same data, if you want to add another subtotal,
Mm-hmm.
I want to
Okay.
see the sum also. I want to see the profit also.
Okay.
I'll again select the data. I'll again go to subtotal. I will say this time I want at each change in region, but I want profit.
Okay.
Sum of, I will deselect the sales. I will add profit. Now, can you see he is asking two checkboxes down, which is replace current subtotal.
Yes. Yes.
Now, what do you mean by replace current subtotals? That means the subtotals which are already there, do you want to replace them or want to keep them? I want to keep them, so I will uncheck.
Okay.
That means earlier, whatever subtotals are there on the sheet, please do not remove it, but add the new one. I'll say okay.
Oh, so
Can you see the
another
first one is
subtotal
that?
will be added. Yeah,
Yeah.
I understood.
Now, if you come down and see the subtotal, I'll show you that. Yeah, see. Now come here and see it. Sorry, I'll go to this part. Okay. Can you see now?
Yes.
There's a profit also. There's a C. There's a central total for profit, central total for sales. Can you see?
Yes. Yes.
So you have the second, which is going to be your grand. See, grand for profit, grand for this, and this is your first one. And this is your complete data.
Yes.
Got it? This is how you add the subtotals on your sheet.
Mm-hmm.
The one more thing where people got stuck is I'll just show you, then you will get it. Let me just find one subtotal for you so that I can show you that where you have to search for that particular value.
Okay.
Let me just it's still central. Yeah. Yeah. Come here and see now. Can you see central total and central total? Now I'll
Yes.
right. Now, how many subtotals we added? We added one for sales and one for profit, correct?
Perfect. Yeah.
Sales one you will see in the sales column, and
Yes.
the profit one you will see in the profit column.
Mm-hmm.
You check the profit and check the sales.
Yes.
Got it?
Yes.
Okay. Now is the macros. How to record the macros? I'll come here, I'll insert the new sheet. Okay. Now, what macro I'm going to create is every time when I'll run that particular shortcut key or when I'll run that particular macro, what I'm creating now will be created wherever you will call that macro. It is something like a code, which you
Okay.
will once record and you will reuse it anytime you want it without rewriting it again. That means you are increasing the productivity of what you are writing.
Okay.
Okay, let's make a simple macro of where I'm creating a sheet. Okay, which
Mhm.
has the headers, and suppose it is my daily task which that I create this kind of data every single minute or every 15 minutes. Now,
Mhm.
instead of writing it every 15 minutes, what I'll do, I'll record a macro, and instead of writing it again, I'll just call the macro.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. I'll select the range of a cell. What I'm selecting is a range of cells.
Mhm.
What I selected D5 to J20, correct? I'm
Okay.
coloring it. I'm giving it a purple color. Let's see. Correct? Now,
Yes.
I'm doing something, but let me record the macro for this. Okay, Control Z. What I'm doing is I'll go to developer tab.
Mhm.
I'll record a macro.
Okay.
Now the dialog box is showing what is the macro name. I'll say creating sheet.
Okay.
A name of a macro cannot have a space in a name. You cannot write creating space sheet.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what is the shortcut key you want to keep to call a macro? You can keep control 1, 2, 3, but you have to keep the keys separate from what general keys we have. Suppose I say control C, you can't keep because it's a control copy, correct?
Yes.
So what I'll do, I'll just add shift C. I'm just hitting shift C.
Shift C. Okay.
That
Yeah.
means my shortcut key will become control shift C. That means control shift create.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now description is giving is creating a sheet.
Okay. I got it.
Got it?
Yeah.
Now, what do you mean by description? Suppose you share a macro with someone. Now, the description will help them understand what is the purpose of this macro. What is the functionality of this macro? This macro is creating a sheet.
Within the sheet. Okay.
Okay. You'll say okay. Now, what you'll do, I select a range of cells.
Okay.
Correct? Now, I will color that range of cells as purple. I'll give them border. I am giving the headers, which is the name, employee name, let's say.
Mhm.
Okay. And employee ID. I will say department. I'll say incremented salary. I'll say city. I'll say manager. Okay. What I'll do is I'll select it. I'll go to format tab. I will say auto fit column width.
Yeah.
Okay. After that, I will stop the macro. Again, going to developer, I'll stop recording a macro.
Okay.
Now I will insert a new sheet just to check whether my macro is working or not. Okay. I'll just hit Control Shift C, Control Shift C.
Okay.
The same changes what I did on the sheet 1 happened. What means whatever I recorded in the macro happened.
Okay.
Now this is the absolute macro. There are two types. One is the absolute, one is the relative.
Okay.
Now, did you ever see the format painter? How a format painter works? That means suppose I make it a bold and italic. Let's say I made it bold and I make it italic, correct?
Yeah.
I select a format painter and I run it over it. That means that same change is referred to that particular cell where I took it, correct?
Yes.
This is relative. Now, how you record a relative macro,
Mm-hmm.
correct? Again, what I'm doing is I come here and I go to developer tab. This time I will first hit this button, which is the use relative referencing. This is a toggle button. That means you have to hit it to use it.
Okay.
Correct? Then you will go to record macro.
Okay.
Okay. I will create it as formatting. Correct? I
Yes.
will give it a shortcut key Shift F.
Okay.
Formatting a cell. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. What I'm doing is I'm giving this suppose I select this particular cell. I'll come to home. I'm making some changes, or I'm providing it that particular formatting. I'll color it something. Suppose I color it red. Okay. I'll make the text color as white. I'll make it bold. I'll increase the text size. I'll make it italic. I'll make it underline. Okay. I'll go to developer tag. I'll stop the recording. Now I go to sample superstore. The same formatting, the steps which I have recorded, I do not want. I'll stop the use relative. Now the same step which I have done, recording a macro, I want to apply on these cells, let's say.
Okay.
I'll say Control Shift F. Sorry. I'll just hit Control Shift F. That means that particular formatting will be applied to, sorry, yes, subtotal this, sorry. I'll come here and I'll go to this and Control Shift F. Sorry, active cell has to be the same, that's why. I'll just close it, okay. I'll come here, I'll do it again. Use relative reference, record a macro 3, I will say Shift F. Anything you can give. Shift M also you can give. Shift M. I'll say okay. I'll just give on. I will color it black. I'll increase the set size and I'll go to developer tag. I'll stop the recording and I will go to this particular cell. I'll say Control Shift M. Can you see?
Okay. Yes.
If I'll go to insurance data, I'll come here, Control Shift F. That means that will not happen because he is using the relative reference. Correct?
Yes. Okay.
This is how you record the macro. This is not the only functionality. Suppose you do some sort of calculations also and you recorded it. The same calculations will be applied to where you are calling the macro. Suppose in one sheet you calculated with 6%. On the next sheet you want to calculate with 15%. Then he will calculate himself. Only the range of cell has to be same.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt from today's session?
No, ma'am. It was wonderful.
It was wonderful. Thank you so much. If you have any doubt from any other session also, you can ask.
Yes, sure, ma'am. Ma'am, can you please send me the all video recording of this session, because I have, I think, one or two of them.
I think you will receive the recording, I think, because yeah, you will receive, all of you will receive the recording.
Okay, okay. Actually, I received one mail for one training session, but later that I did not receive any, training recording.
Anything else you would
Oh,
like?
no, ma'am, no, ma'am. Thank you so much for your session.
The session. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Have a good day, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Bye.